We're bringing the fun to a whole new level here in Perrysburg this weekend. The second annual Glass City Balloon Race is back, and BCAN is going up for the ride.
Yeah, so this is the Glass City Balloon Race. This is the second year for it. So last year I came, we only had 8 balloons, I believe, last year. I actually ended up winning the trophy, which is really cool. It's a glass trophy. So we'll do a bunch of different competitions this weekend. There are going to be a lot more competitive balloons out here this year. I think we have 20 or 25 balloons. So for some of the competition, what we'll do fly-in. So last year they put an X out here. We had to go like a mile out and then fly into the field here. But there'll be different marks around the city, so sometimes we might take off from the same field, try to hit a mark. Just kind of depends on what the task caller decides that day. But they'll tell us task, and we got to go try to do it. So sometimes there's one task, sometimes there's 2 or 3 tasks in a flight, so that gets challenging to try to line those all up while you're flying.
This weekend is really nice. You know, it's going to be a free community event for the public to come out. We have 16 hot air balloons that are going to be gracing the skies of Toledo, Perrysburg, Maumee, Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. But the great thing about the event is going to be the glows on Friday night, which are going to take place from 9 to 10 out here at Levis Commons. That's where the balloons are going to static display out here in the field, and people will be able to walk out, be able to walk up to the balloons, talk to the pilots. All the balloon pilots are going to have trading cards that kids can collect. But it's a good chance for people to get up and see the balloons up close and personal. But we will be doing other flights. Plus out here at Levis Commons too, Saturday from 1 to 8, we have Intrepid Helicopters will be here doing helicopter rides. The Right Direction is going to be here doing BMX stunts, and we have some live music starting around 6 o'clock, Friday and Saturday night. My wife and I own Balloons Over Toledo, and we've been doing balloon events all over the country, all over the world actually, you know, in the last few years. And Toledo used to have an event in Maumee at Fort Meigs actually back in the 90s. And, you know, we always wanted to bring one back to this area because it's really a cool event. You know, it's a free event. People always get a smile on their face when they see balloons, and we thought it'd be really cool to bring that back to this area. So last year we started it out very small, only about 9 balloons in Maumee. And, you know, we're growing it year after year after year. So, you know, this is going to be the biggest year yet for us with 16 balloons coming in. And it's going to be awesome. We should have some great flying weather this weekend. So, you know, everybody should be able to see the balloons and hopefully put a smile on their face.
I got involved with hot air ballooning when I was a little kid. My family crewed for a local pilot down in Indy. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, so it became my biggest dream when I was 3 to be a pilot. I actually asked for a fan for my 3rd birthday, and I would put a sheet on it and tie it to it, and then put weights around it and act like I was cold inflating the balloon like you'd see we would do this morning. And then when I was a little bit older, I had some constructs, and I would make a little basket, and then I'd tether my sister's Barbie dolls with those big party balloons and stuff. So kind of always been a big dream of mine, and I finally got my pilot's license a few years ago.
I got involved in hot air balloons back in the early 90s. My brother had fallen into balloons. He's a FedEx captain, you know, so he flies the 767s. And so, you know, I started crewing for him and chasing for him, and then he and I split ways when I started in baseball and kind of moved around the country. And so, you know, about 8 to 10 years ago, I decided, you know, hey, it's time to get back into it. So we bought a balloon, got our license finished up, and here we are now in Toledo with a balloon event. Yeah, the ballooning started as a hobby, and it was something that the family could do together. We go to these balloon events together, and you know, all of my kids, they all help, you know, when we inflate the balloon and chase the balloon and help with our passengers. And so it started something as a family, and now we do give rides in the area just to kind of share the experience with other people.
So when we get ready to go fly, so first things we got to do is look at weather. We got to check winds or location. Usually, if we're doing competition, we'll choose a spot that's going to take us into the landing spot field, but based on the winds. When we go to set up, we got to pull the basket out, so the basket here, and then we got to put the uprights on, and then the burners, and hook the hoses up, get the whole system, and then the envelope connects to the top of the basket, and then we spread that out, put a couple fans on it, and get it all inflated. And then when you're ready to go hot, you hit the burner, and then it stands up. You have your crew keep weight on, and when you're ready to go, you take off. Bigger balloon, you obviously usually need more people. Those big ride balloons, they'll have, you know, a bunch of guys. They're special shapes, and they'll, you know, take 20 people sometimes. My balloon's a little bit smaller. It's a 90,000 cubic foot. I can usually set it up pretty comfortably with me and 2 crew. Usually somebody on the crown line, which is the rope that holds the balloon down when I go to inflate, and then somebody on the mouth. So usually a couple. I mean, I like to have as much crew as possible. So this morning we had a decent amount of people, and it's always good to have extra hands and then weight on the basket and stuff. So especially if it's a little windier inflation or something like that. So. Probably one of the most peaceful feelings. I mean, I think everybody would say, you know, I think everybody's worried at first that it's going to kind of be that roller coaster feeling, but they don't realize how smooth the takeoff is, and it's just kind of a graceful, smooth feeling. You get up, you're going, you're just kind of cruising, it's peaceful, you're looking at everything. You know, every once in a while you pick up some deer, some wildlife. It's just really cool. There's not anything else like it, I don't think. It's just so peaceful out there. So.
Honestly, I did not know what to expect, and there was a long wait, but then once they started to come over the horizon, it was just an amazing spectacle and definitely worth the wait.
Well, what's been the best part so far?
A combination of things. One, especially seeing them get close to the pole, the few that did, and try to get their beanbags close to the target, but also just talking to some of the people here, some of who have flown before, and just learning more about the whole process of the hot air balloon.
I mean, it's a free community event. You know, it costs nothing to come out and see the balloons and enjoy it. You know, we'll have a couple of vendors here with some ice cream and stuff like that, but other than that, you can come out, bring a lawn chair, and watch the balloons.